In this lesson, we will discuss how textures and materials can be applied to the various objects within a 3D scene. A material can consist of still images, clips, and CG pages to create dynamic surfaces for the content. Let's begin by turning our sphere into a globe. Select the Materials tab and click on the New Materials button. A new material will be created in the Materials library. Select the material and expand the general properties. Call the material Globe Material. This will help you keep your scene organized as you create more textures. To apply the material to the sphere, click and drag the material and drop it on the sphere on the canvas. You can also apply the material by selecting the sphere and clicking the Apply Material button. You will now see a material applied to the object in the scene tree. To edit the material, select the General Materials tab. Here you can adjust the ambient, diffuse, specular, and emissive color of the material, as well as the shininess and opacity. As you adjust these settings, you will see the object on your canvas automatically adjust. We will set the diffuse color of the globe to blue to represent the oceans, and we will set the alpha value specular color to 100, so that the globe no longer looks shiny. Notice how the lights within the scene can affect the material properties. Next, we will add a globe texture using an image. Click on the Scribes Textures button on the Materials tab. Click the Import Materials button. G3D supports most common image formats. Import the Earth texture. To add a texture to the current material, simply drag and drop the texture onto the object. Notice that when the texture is added, the material changes. Click back on the Materials tab and select the Textures panel. Textures have many different blending modes which control how each texture is blended with the other properties of the scene. Select the globe texture and change its blending mode to Decal. Try some of the various blending modes. Materials can consist of multiple textures, allowing users to combine stills, images, and even CG pages. We are now going to apply a cloud layer to our globe. From the Scribes Textures tab, import the cloud texture map. Hold Shift and drag and drop the new texture onto the globe. By holding Shift, the new texture will be added to the globe material without replacing the existing texture. Select the Material tab and choose the globe texture. Notice there are now two textures listed with the material. Click on the cloud texture and set the blending mode to Linear Dodge. We now have a texture map globe, complete with cloud cover. Next, we will add a material to our lower third panel. G3D offers the unique ability to apply a CG page directly to a 3D object as a texture. To start, select the lower third panel. Click on the Create Scribe Texture button on the toolbar. This will automatically create a new material and apply it to the object. It will also create a scribe texture for the new material. The scribe editor will appear in your main workspace window. You will see that the scribe editor uses the same interface as our main CG product. Before we begin editing the texture, change your secondary viewport to the camera view. This will allow you to see the changes within the 3D scenes as they are made to the texture. Set the Scribe Texture's blending mode to normal and change the diffuse color to gray. From the Scribe editor, we can import logos and images to be used within the texture. You can also create your own shapes using the built-in design tools. Let's start by adding a gradiated background color to the texture using a rectangle shape. Change the color to a dark gray, and then select the treatment Linear Gradient from the drop-down menu. Set the left side transparency to 100% and change the angle to 90. Next, we will add 2 lines of text to the layout. You can choose any font and style you wish. In this example, we will choose Arial Bold, size 80. Set the alignment to Right Justified. After you create and position your first line of text, press Enter and a second line will be created below it. Change the font size to 50. Finally, we will apply tags to our lines of text. To apply tags, click on the tag editor and enter a tag name for each line. By adding tags, these lines of text will be available to the CG operators and will allow them to update the text lines in their scene. Once you are happy with the texture, save your G3D file. We are now at a point where we can start taking the page to air. Begin by loading Gscribe. Select File, Import, Import 3D Scene, and browse to your G3D file, and then import the file. When the scene loads, your operator can change the text contents in the layout and take it to air. The operator can create multiple CG pages using the same 3D scene. Each CG page can have its own unique set of text, allowing you to build an entire playlist. Save your playlist for use in later lessons.